If you're still designing kitchens in modern gray, I've got some bad news for you. Actually, you know what? Let me rephrase that. If you're spending money on oversized kitchen island right now, we need to talk. Because 2026 is about to change everything. Welcome back, and I'm Blake from Built by Becker, where we talk about real designs for real homes. I've been building and remodeling for over 15 years, and I'm telling you, what I'm seeing for 2026 is actually exciting. We're finally moving away from that cold, sterile look that's been everywhere for the past decade. And you know what? It's about time. Look, I know kitchen trends can feel overwhelming. That's why today I'm breaking down exactly what's coming in 2026, what's going out, and most importantly, the number one budget mistake people are making right now that could cost you thousands. Stick around till the end because the last one might save your entire renovation. And hey, before we dive in, if you're planning a kitchen renovation, I've put together a design starter kit that walks you through everything from layout to finishes. It's the same stuff I give my paying clients. Just click the link in the description and it's yours. That being said, let's talk about what's actually happened in 2026. First thing, rest in peace, modern gray. For the last 10, maybe 15 years, it's been a safe choice, right? Gray cabinets, gray countertops, and gray floors, everything gray. And I get it, felt sophisticated, felt modern, but you know what else it felt like? Hospital cafeteria. The problem with cool gray is that it makes kitchens feel sterile. There's no warmth. There's no soul. And after spending 2 years stuck at home during the pandemic, people realize something. They don't want to cook in a space that feels like an operating room. So what's replacing it? This. Trend number 1. Wood is back, but not just any wood. We're talking rich, dark woods, walnut, smoked oak, deep mahogany tones. After years of everything being painted white or gray, people are remembering that wood is beautiful. Shocking, I know. The funny thing is that it's not even a new trend. It's a return of what used to be and what everyone used to be obsessed with before we started painting cabinets. My dad built kitchens in the 70s and 80s, and guess what? They were all wood, solid wood, and they lasted 50 years. But hey, what did those guys know, right? White oak is still the most popular choice, and for a good reason. It's durable, it's beautiful, and it works in a both modern and traditional kitchen. But the finish is different now. We're staining it to show the grain, not hiding it under 6 coats of paint or heavy stain. Now, countertops, this is where people are really having fun. Quartz, it's still the king. 78% of designers are speccing it out for 2026, according to the NKBA, the National Kitchen Bath Association. But instead of those plain white or gray slabs everybody's been doing, we're seeing dramatic veining, bold patterns, rich colors like deep greens and burgundy. Natural stone is making a comeback, not granite. Sorry, granite, your time might have passed, but maybe not. You never know. I'm talking about limestone, soapstone, quartzite, stones with character, stones with movement and variation that make your kitchen feel like a one-of-a-kind space, not just a showroom floor model. And terrazzo. That funky speckle stuff from your elementary school? It's back, baby. Designers are using it with that retro but modern vibe. And honestly, when it's done right, it looks incredible. Plus, it's made from recycled materials. So if you're into that whole sustainable thing, there you go. The big idea here is texture and warmth. We're done with flat, cold surfaces. 2026 is all about materials that feel alive, that have depth, and that make you want to actually touch them. Number 2. Technology. We're getting close to the sci-fi stuff, and I mean that in the best possible way. So this concept called hidden kitchen or the invisible kitchen, and it's actually what it sounds like. The idea is that when you're not cooking, your kitchen doesn't look like a kitchen. Everything is integrated, concealed, and tucked away. Panel-ready appliances have been around for a while. Refrigerators that look like cabinets, dishwashers that blend in. Yeah, that's not new. But 2026 is taking it to a whole nother level. Invisible induction cooktops. These things are wild. I've been seeing them at the trade shows. The heating elements are installed underneath your countertop. You literally cook directly on your stone or porcelain counter. When you're done cooking, it's just counter space. No visible burners, no cooktop taking up real estate. Companies like InvisiCook, Cooking Rack, and Xtone are making these systems. They use electromagnet induction, same as regular induction cooktops, but the coils are hidden beneath 12mm to 20mm slab of stone, porcelain, all those specific types of granite. You'll have to check on your specs. I know what you're saying, right? Might not work for me, but if it does work, it's pretty cool. You will need induction compatible pans, and you're gonna have to place that right on top of the countertop. The system detects it, heats up the pan directly through the stone. The counter itself, it stays relatively cool like already induction cooktops, but you're not burning yourself on a hot surface like gas or electric. Now, before you run out and order one of these, keep in consideration that things are expensive. A 4-burner system will cost you $2,800 to $3,000, and you need the right countertop material because not every stone works, and it has to be the right thickness. You need professional installation, electrical work. Now, you're looking at anywhere between $8,000 to $15,000. Do I think this is the future? Honestly, yeah, maybe. It's one of those trends. It could take off, and it might not. Definitely on the minimalistic look. I'm thinking it will. So 2026 for a lot of people, they might go for this. If you got the money, try it out. And it's not just cooktops, guys. Integrated appliances across the board are the trend. I've even seen sinks that completely disappear with sliding stone. Refrigerators that look like cabinetry, range hoods covered in plaster or stone so they look part of the architecture. Guys, this is not an afterthought. This is completely built in. Dishwashers, microwaves, everything being tucked away. The goal is clean, uninterrupted visual flow. And you know what? Yeah, I get it. When you walk into a kitchen and you see all that beautiful cabinetry and stone, it does feel really sophisticated. And it feels less appliance-y, I guess, if that's a word. Well, it is now. Just be prepared to pay for this. Integrated appliances cost more than standalone counterparts, and installation is trickier. But if you're doing a high-end modern renovation, this is where the design world might head. Trend number 3, oversized islands. Okay, here's the big one. Number 1 mistake I'm seeing people making right now, and it's costing them a fortune, oversized kitchen islands. And I know, you're thinking, Blake, everyone loves a big island. Personally, I just put a huge island in my own kitchen. More countertop space, more storage, more seating. What's the problem? Problem is that bigger isn't always better. And in 2026, designers are finally admitting what I've been saying for a few years now. Most of these massive islands are a mistake. First, because it disrupts the flow. Your work triangle gets messed up. You know, the sacred triangle between the sink, the stove, and the fridge. The one that's supposed to be there for making cooking more efficient. An oversized island makes you walk extra steps every single time you're moving from one station to another, and it can be exhausting. And you also need at least 42 to 48 inches of clearance around your island. If your kitchen is less than 13 feet wide, you probably shouldn't have an island at all. But do people measure? Nope. They just cram one in there and wonder why they're constantly squeezing past each other and they can't open doors properly. And the cost? A custom island can run you anywhere between $4,000 and $12,000, maybe more. And that's before you add plumbing, sinks, electrical, outlets, cooktop, all that stuff. Now multiply that by the fact that your island is twice as big as it needs to be, and you just spent $5,000 on an island that makes your kitchen worse. The trend for this year is smaller, smarter islands. Or even better, 2 smaller islands instead of 1 massive one. One for food prep and cooking, one for entertaining and beverages. It creates better flow, better zones, and honestly, it looks more sophisticated. Curved islands are coming in too. Instead of those boxy, blocky islands, we're seeing organic, flowing shapes that improve traffic flow and create natural gathering points. They're softer, they're more interesting, and they don't feel like you parked a Buick in the middle of your kitchen. Trend number 4. Curves. Speaking about that, there's something you're going to see everywhere in 2026. And that's curves. Curved countertops, rounded cabinet edges, arched doorways and windows, even curved toe kicks on your base cabinets. Why? Because for the last 15 years, kitchen has been, kind of boxy. Everything's been sharp angles, straight lines, hard edges, very modern, very minimalistic, very uncomfortable. Honestly, think about it. When you're in nature, nothing has a hard 90-degree angle. Rivers curve, trees have organic shapes, even rocks get worn smooth. Our brains are wired to find curved organic shapes more calming and inviting than a sharp, angular one. So, designers are finally catching on. And you know what? The difference is real. A kitchen with curved elements just feels better to be in. Now here's a practical side. Curves improve traffic flow, especially around islands instead of catching your hip on a very sharp corner. Ow! Every time you walk past. And if you're like me, you got the bruises to prove it. You get a smooth flowing path through your kitchen. Sure, you still need some straight lines for structure, but adding organic flowing shapes into your kitchen makes it feel more human, more livable. Less like a laboratory and more like a home. Trend number 5, slab backsplashes. For as long as I've been building kitchens, we've done tile backsplashes. Little subway tiles, mosaic tiles, fancy hand-painted tiles. And don't get me wrong, tile can look beautiful, but you know what tile also is? A pain in the butt to maintain. All those grout lines, they stain. They collect grease. They get moldy if you don't seal them regularly, and even when you do seal them, you're still looking at maintenance every couple of years. So here's what 2026 is doing instead. Running the countertop material straight up the wall as the backsplash. One continuous slab, no seams, no grout, no tile. It makes the space feel bigger, more cohesive, and instead of breaking up the wall with different materials and patterns, you get this clean, continuous surface that flows naturally. The eye doesn't just stop and start, it just flows. The point is, 2026 is about reducing visual clutter and making maintenance easier. Whether it's a slab, a large format tile, or textured handmade tiles, we're moving away from fussy, busy backsplashes towards something cleaner and more intentional. So that's the breakdown for 2026 kitchen trends for now. If you're planning a renovation this year, focus on the fundamentals first. Get the layout right. Invest in quality materials. Don't blow your budget on gimmicks or things you saw in a magazine or TikTok or Instagram or YouTube. Does anybody still read magazines? And don't forget to grab that design starter kit from the link below. It'll walk you through all of this in more detail and help you avoid expensive mistakes. If you found this video helpful, hit that like and subscribe button and let me know in the comments what kitchen trend are you most excited about for 2026, or what trend are you glad to see die. And until the next time, I'm Blake from Built by Becker.